On the other hand, extremely evil, incredibly wicked and vile. Thrive in the absence. Rule law. In the absence. 로가 아예 없는 건 아니지. The rule of law가 없겠지. 걔네 law는 있지. 그 다음에 뭐 from the middle. I don't know. From the middle of the second reason why the darknet is there. No government authorities can impose sanctions on any exchange of information and opinions by censorship. This is why major. This is wherefore. 좀 바꿔주면 안 될까? This is why major media takes advantage of it. Takes advantage, even major media. This is why major media takes advantage of it to maximize the security of their networks and the press freedom. New York Times and the Deutsche Welle and the BBC are known to operate their web pages and database based upon the darknet. The web page는 부채 맞지? Their web pages. No intruder can put the system on hold with an eye to expurgating contents. The third reason is for the drug dealing. Legal drug dealing. When your substances are legally outlawed, so it is like an oasis or safe haven for drug dealers, junkies, users, or if you want to buy cocaine, heroin, or marijuana, NJ or weeds, actually. The go-to place is the darknet. Darkness, no one is. This is a real go-to place on this. Go-to place for you. No, like if you want to buy cocaine, heroin, recreational ING, no law enforcement can easily break into the sanctuary city where any transactions are allowed with no fuss or drama. No fuss, drama. It is difficult to imagine a mule trafficking fentanyl across the borders whereas putting one's neck out. To be honest, this paradise promises fair opportunities for all participants. Buyers of them are less likely to be defrauded as there exists a customer review service or a rating system for many websites. Handling drugs. Stefan M., expert on the darkness, just said, it's a trusted words like Amazon, Odo.de, Zalando.de, or secondary handlers or retail sellers care about comments from their clients. Therefore, ironically, in this lowest lane, consumers are fairly protected, relatively well protected, because the handlers do think of their reputation in the industry highly. 이건 그 사람이 말했어요. 진짜 정확하게 말한 거 이거. 네, 그 사람이 말했어. In that way, one can see. 그래 가만히 있으면 편하다니까. 진짜 2번 안 들었어. 절대로 2번. 이 비디오 그대로 올릴 거야. In that way, one can secure a place on the map as a lone business. Even they are treated better in the network. They are treated better in the network. No more secretive tries or cover rendezvous for drug dealing in the back streets. They're more often than not protected by labor contracts, so their work hours are redeemed justly with the corresponding wages and severance fees, like employees in the broad daylight. And of course, less violence is occurring in the time of the trade. Later, a moderator of the talk show asked the question about the danger whether it's such child pornography, human trafficking, prostitution, crime, and other illegal activities. It seems to be a place that one can even get away with murder. He furthered himself by questioning this IT expert on the technology. Is there any way law authorities could grind the darknet system to a halt if necessary? He said no. The darknet functions are rooted from a cross-gate system, blocking on external intervention to hacking. No loophole could be found to penetrate into the ciphered one. It is like trying to sneak into the locked securely gated community. So it cuts both ways. It is a double-edged sword. Sword. The freedom of expression is guaranteed to live its heyday. On the other hand, the externally evil and wicked and vile crime can thrive in the absence of the rule of law. All the sounds. the middle of the second reason. Authority can impose sanctions on the exchange of information beneath by censorship. This is why a major the media takes advantage of it to maximize the security of their networks and the press freedom. The Deutsche are not to operate their web pages and database based on the darknet. In the system, no intruder can put the system on hold with an eye to expurgating contents. The reason is for illegal drug dealing. Many of substances are legally allowed, so it is like an oasis or safe haven for drug dealers, junkies, users. If you want to buy cocaine here in recreational area, it's a good place for you. No law enforcement can easily break into the sanctuary city where any transactions are allowed with no fuss, drama, and bloodbath. It is difficult to imagine a mule trafficking fentanyl across the borders, or is it putting one's neck out? To be honest, the person promised fair opportunities for all participants. Buyers of them are less likely to be defrauded as there exists a customer review system or a rating system for many websites handling drugs. Stephanie MX on Dartmouth just said its structure works like Amazon, Auto.de, Zalando.de, where secondary handlers or retail sellers care about comments from their clients. Therefore, ironically, in this low list, and consumers are relatively well protected because the handlers do think of their reputation in the industry highly. In that way, one can secure a place on the map as long as they're on business. To crown it all, they were treated better in the network. No more secretive tries to recover a rendezvous for drug dealing in the back streets. They are more often than protected by labor contracts, so their work hours are redeemed adjusted with the corresponding wages and severance fees. Of course, no less violence is occurring in the time of the trade. Later, a moderator of the talk show asked a question about its danger with respect to child pornography, human trafficking, prostitution, crime, and other illegal activities. Seems to be a place where one can even get away with murder. He furthered himself by questioning this IT expert on technology. Is there any way local authorities could have? Is there any way that I can do something for you? Is there any way local authorities could grind the darkness system to a halt if necessary? He said no. The darknet functions rooted from. 좀 이상한데? Functions operates. Functions are rooted from a cross-gate system blocking out. Rooted from editor. No loophole could be found to penetrate into the cipher one. It doesn't work like it's like trying to sneak into the lock securely gated community. So because of both ways, it is a double-edged sword. The freedom of expression is guaranteed. To leave it Haiti. On the other hand, the extremely evil, incredibly wicked, and vile crime could thrive in the absence of. 됐죠? Sicherheit würde